right, we're live. What's going on, brothers? It's June 5th. Got the wrong overlay up. Let's take that down. All right, here we go. Let's do this. This is a video that I've contemplated doing for the last week or so. Where do we start? I'm gonna freestyle this. I have a couple of talking points. I have watched a few other guys on YouTube that have put out some content. I've been on Twitter the last week and watching everything unfold there. What do we start with? Let's start with the collapse of the West. Actually, no. Let's acknowledge the insanity of the West right now. So, I don't know when it was, a week or two ago, this guy got killed by a cop. No man deserves to die at the hand of law enforcement. To serve and protect, that is their motto. That's what they should be doing. Since then, everybody has lost their ever-loving minds. And when I mean everybody, it seems like everybody, not just the West. It's in the United States. I've seen this happening, and I'm seeing this unfold around the world now. This is going to be one of the only sane voices in an insane world, guys. So listen up. I don't know how long I'm going to rap on in this broadcast. It might only be for a few short minutes. I might bang on for half an hour. So what's going down here? Everybody's blaming everybody else. The West is collapsing. And I'm going to tell you something. This is not even the worst of it. It is going to get a lot worse in the coming months and definitely in the coming years. This is the direction society's heading in. I've talked privately to my brothers in my community about this, about leaving the West at some point in the next 10 years. I might have to do it sooner. Don't know. But I don't see any good possible outcome for men. For the advent of, or the return of masculinity, if you will. I continue to see a decline coming. We have an entire country right now that is supposed to be in lockdown from a virus, which I know nobody that has had. I've asked many of my friends, anybody that's been diagnosed with COVID? No, nobody has it. We're in a state now halfway through 2020 where we've completely forgotten about Iran shooting down a plane. We've in fact completely forgotten about COVID, it seems, because all this social distancing narrative with everything that's been shut down doesn't matter anymore because crowds of, tens of thousands of people are gathering. COVID doesn't seem to even be on the radar screen anymore. Now we have a new problem. Now we have a new enemy. The new enemy is itself. The new enemy is society. I'm a big mental point of origin guy. People ask me about my religious beliefs. People ask me, why do I hate women is a funny one that always seems to come up for some reason, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm about putting yourself first. I'm about doing what's best for number one, and that's it. And that's all that should matter to men, because nobody else gives a damn about you. Society doesn't care about you. Women don't care about you. Government doesn't care about you. Nobody cares about you. You need to take care of yourself. I'm seeing things unfold that I never thought I'd unsee in my lifetime. I'm seeing video footage of what looks like families trying to protect the neighborhood that they live in from crazy ass rioters. If you think that rioting and destroying somebody's property and stealing from them is going to fix anything, you're a fucking idiot. If you think that politics is going to solve anything, you're a fucking idiot. If you think that getting in front of cars and banging on their windows and throwing things at people and destroying their personal property as they're trying to go about their lives and travel about is going to solve anything, you're an idiot. If you get driven over, you're a speed bump. I mean, you deserve what's coming your way. At the same time, nobody deserves to die for speaking their voice. It's how everybody's going about it that is really bothersome. And it's telling me, it's pretty obvious to me anyway at this stage that this is not going to get any better. This is something that is going to get far, far worse. And I don't see any scenario where this is going to get better for men. I see a lot of pissed off guys too. A lot of pissed off men. A lot of pissed off men and women, but society in general is really mad. And they're really mad at anybody that they can point a finger at and blame for the results that they have in life. I won't change my view on chase excellence, not women. I won't change my view on mental point of origin. That is a core belief that I hold dear and true. I won't change my view on ownership either. If you're getting crap results in your life, it's because you're making bad choices. It's not the fault of a department store or a apartment block that you burn down thinking that's going to solve anything. The people in that building have now become homeless. You know, the people that have died as a result of this unrest. It's unnecessary. Like, why would a retired police officer, who was he? He was a police chief, a black police chief, get shot in the head at 77 years old, trying to stop looters from getting into stores. There's like so many stories that I'm seeing here that are absurd, which are just compounding the effect that I'm seeing over and over again about the insanity of the West. And during all of this, we see women shaving their heads, thinking that they're showing solidarity. Bunch of idiots. Shaving their heads to try to show solidarity. They're all gross, ugly women too. Go on a hunger strike if you want to improve the world. Anyway, back to men. Men are so thoroughly feminized that manufacturing indignation is really the only thing that they can do right now. The vast majority of the male population. A lot of these clips and news pieces and articles and short videos that I've seen filmed on cell phone cameras, I almost wonder if as much of this would be happening if cell phone cameras did not exist. I almost feel like Instagram, Twitter, any of these, platforms where you can make videos and posts and try to manufacture indignation. If the extent of it would happen if people didn't have cell phones, would people even go into the street? Like, I see women virtue signaling on Instagram about Black Lives Matter. There was that woman earlier this week that stood with a single construction worker, to hold a drill to pose for a picture. I think she was a writer for some kind of news publication. And she got fired recently for trying to virtue signal that she was trying to, do something with this drill and put up boards. There's all kinds of insanity that's happening out there. And the only thing that the state is going to be able to do to appease this, and I want you guys to listen closely, the only thing that they can do is introduce universal basic income, start throwing money at the problem, money that they are going to have to manufacture. They're going to have to manufacture it off their printing press, off a spreadsheet, off an Excel document, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to mean that they're going to start taxing people more, which means that there's going to be more problems for everybody. There's already an environment that exists where no good can come for most men right now, leaning into the future at 5, 10, 15, 20. I don't know if it's going to happen in 5 or 10 years or if in 20 or 30 years, but the decline is already happening. The decline is only going to get worse. We have an entire generation of men that are so weak, that are so low T, that are so disconnected from the reality of the world. One of the things that blows my mind that I've noticed the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you guys, one of the things that's really blown my mind and really pissed me off is there's so many guys out there that follow me, that talk to me, that at me on social platforms. And they see the reality of, they take the red pill and they see they see through the lies. Because really, to me, all that the red pill really is you break comforting lies with the uncomfortable truth. And then you respond accordingly. You see things for what they truly are, and then you respond accordingly. You navigate that path with awareness. That's really all that it is to me. And a lot of guys will take the red pill and they see things for there, and they understand female nature, and they do quite a lot better, which is good for them from that perspective. But it's bonkers to me. It's absolutely bananas to me that they can understand female nature, but they can't see through the rest of the BS in society. To me, that's what truly being red pilled is. I think that when Elon Musk said take the red pill a couple of weeks ago, I believe that's what he meant. See shit for what it truly is, not, take the red pill and understand women or be a PUA or any of that stuff. My take on it was seeing things for what they truly are. Anyway, the collapse. We've talked about the thorough feminization of men. I got a few other talking points here. Let's talk about control, because the shit is out of control right now. And the only thing that you can control in the universe is yourself. This is a lesson that I don't remember if it was my father that taught me or if it was a book that I read when I was 20. It might have been a combination of both. Maybe it was a book that my father gave me when I was 20. I learned this lesson at a young age. There's only one part of the universe that you can control, and that's yourself. You can't control other people's opinions of you, and nor should you care what other people's opinions of you are. And going out and throwing a hissy fit, destroying property, killing people on every side. I don't care what side you want to side with. It's a whole bunch of Muppets out there that haven't got their heads screwed on right because they don't understand that control comes from within. They don't understand that when they get up in the morning and they have a piss and they go look in the mirror, that is the person that controls their life, not the government, not their employer, not first responders, not the police, not anything. The only person that decides the outcome in their life is a person staring back at them in the motherfucking mirror. Marinate on that for a little bit. You know what? I'm not gonna bang on too long about this. I think I'm getting the point across real quick here. Mental point of origin. Last thing I want to talk about and why it's important. Guys, if you don't have your life sorted, if you're making the state, politics, the news, cable TV, the opinions of others, anything else but yourself, the guy that gets up in the morning and is looking in the mirror, the man in the mirror, let's call him. The man in the mirror is what this broadcast is about. Okay. I'm not talking to women in this broadcast. I'm talking to you guys because I know 95% of my audience is men. The 5% that are flies on the wall, the others that are not sure, whatever. I don't care. I'm talking to the guys out there that watch this stuff, that are looking up to me for some kind of advice, some kind of guidance here. And I shouldn't be the person that you should be going to for guidance. You should have a person in person that you can go to for guidance. Hopefully you can find that. If it needs to be me right now, that's fine. But this whole notion of mental point of origin, that's the thing that you really got to get your head around. That's the thing that you really have to get clarity around if you want to do well. You have to get control of your money. You have to get control of your own independence. I'm a libertarian, okay? When it comes to political views and opinions, you're never going to see a libertarian government in the West. You're never going to see it. It's not going to happen. You're going to see more conflict between left and right, between conservatives, between liberals, between socialists and, conservatives or tradcons, whatever you want to call it. This is the only way that this stuff is going to go away. I'm going to tell you right now is when they introduce universal basic income and they give away free shit, because there's not a lot of men out there, not a lot of guys out there. And it's men that need to lead the charge out of this, that are going to take ownership for this. They're looking for an enemy, and anybody that looks like an enemy, they're going to paint the target on it. And it doesn't matter who that is or what that is. It's going to constantly move around again until they take ownership for themselves and take a good hard look in the mirror for the results that they get out of life. Because if they are not happy with their life, if they are not happy with society, then they start within. The one thing, listen, I've been critical of Jordan Peterson in the past, okay? His 12 rules for life and all that stuff. Smart guy. The one thing that he got right was fix your own house. Before you go out and complain about the rest of the world and pointing and sputtering about what's happening out there, with anything and everything, fix your own house. I guarantee if I went to the home of every single one of these insane idiots out there right now and took a look around at their home, where they live, how their shit is sorted, what kind of money they've got, stashed away for a big ass rainy day for problems like this that are coming, I guarantee their house is not in order. They're going out there looking for order within their own home outside of it. And that's not the way to go about it. That's not mental point of origin. That's being a coward. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the broadcast on that note. This is just me banging on, unscripted, with a couple of talking points about what's going on today. I hope you guys can see through the BS and the crap and what the media is trying to do, because they're basically trying to have you guys eat yourselves. They're basically trying to divide and conquer you. And the best thing you can do right now is, if you're sitting there watching different news stations, flipping through it, looking for what's happening next, where's the next this and that, looking for more indignation, get rid of it all. Cancel your cable, cancel news. If you're going to watch news, you need to watch it with a red pill lens. You need to see it for what it truly is, to see what they're doing. When you hear a politician blather on with a statement, you need to be able to see through the lies for what it truly is and understand it. And most importantly, you need to be able to take greater and more ownership for your lives and the results that you get out of it, and stop acting like a little spaz. I swear the world is turning into this giant little hissy fit. It's crazy. Let me just quickly take a look here and see if there's any super chats I got to hit on here. Colonel Sanders, black guy here. As true as it is that police do disproportionately target blacks, the community refuses to take responsibility for themselves. Let's see what else we got here. Finally quit Facebook and Twitter. I'm barely holding on to Reddit. Yeah. If you can get off as many social media platforms as possible, gentlemen, I'm telling you, you're going to be able to focus on yourself and make a much deeper impact on what's going on in your lives. I see a lot of you guys that are channel members. Let me just see if there's anything here I want to pop up on the screen real close. Last night at 4 a.m., all hell broke loose in my streets, shots fired, and a complete chaos. You know what, guys? I, on one hand, envy the fact that you can protect yourselves in the U.S. with a firearm. We can't do that in Canada. If shit like that went down over here, if somebody tried to destroy my property and I wanted to protect myself with my hunting rifle or a shotgun or something like that that I use for skeet shooting, I'd be going to jail. You can't even do that here. And at least in the U.S., you guys have that privilege. Quickly scroll down here. All right. Looks like that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Mental point of origin. If you can take anything away from this broadcast, start looking through the damn lies. Start looking and calling them out on their shit. There's so much of this nonsense that is ridiculous. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to say it again. Do not trust in the government or anybody else to solve this for you. You need to solve this for yourself. My view is make plans to exit the West. And I don't know what that looks like. I haven't figured that out yet. I do not have a exit strategy that I can announce to you. I've thought about leaving and going to another country, and I don't even know that that would completely solve the problem. You're just probably going to be solving or trading one set of issues for another. I might just buy a sailboat and sail around the world, just move around to where I need to. I don't know. This is just something that I haven't figured out yet. Red Pill Lens is on 247. That's right, brother. Make sure you pay attention to what's going on here. Make sure you pay close attention. Use that Red Pill Lens, brother. We'll see you guys soon. We're doing Rules Ziller tomorrow live on Troy Francis's channel. Check that out. If you haven't subscribed, we'll see you guys there. I've got a whole bunch more videos coming out in the next couple of weeks, so make sure you got the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, brothers. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.